guys, I know it's been a little over a week since I put up a video, and I'd explained to you guys kind of what was going on with me, and I hope that you guys would understand it. That's why I haven't been putting up videos. But today I'm going to be doing a video of a bunch of new products that I had gotten over the past, I would say 2 weeks that, I got from the giveaway, a few things I purchased from Walmart the other day, a few items that I'm really excited about, like the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer. I got the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear, which I bought too light, so I am going to have to darken this. I do have the mix-in drops from Cover FX right here that I can mix with it to deepen the tone because it is very pale compared to me. I thought it looked good. Like, I thought it would be a good shade, but, I mean, literally, I look white as a ghost. And I already look white because I did do some spot concealing. I hadn't quite been taking care of my skin the past week like I should have, and it definitely showed. Like, I'm sure you can still see, like, a monster I have, like, right there. And I have a red spot somewhere over here, you'll see, and on my chin. So my face does look a little extra pale, and I did do my eyebrows because I don't have any new eyebrow products, and I'm having a horrible eyebrow day. So I'm just going to jump in now. I don't want to make this any longer than it's already going to be, because everybody knows my videos are always long. Alright, so I'm going to start with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear right here. It has a pump on top. It's a nice little one. I'm going to put it on my little glass paperweight, really, but my tray. And I'm doing about 3 pumps. I know it kind of seems like a lot, but this is a very thin foundation. Like, if I tilt it, you'll see it just runs. So that's why I'm using more. And I'm mixing in a couple of the Cover FX Custom Enhancement Drops. These are to darken your foundation, or I've used it as a cream bronzer, well, liquid bronzer, but I'm going to add about 3 drops to it. Figure 3 pumps, 3 drops. That should be about right. And mix that together. Looks like the little emoji, like when somebody's typing, the 3 dots. Anyway. I'm going to mix that together. Hopefully it becomes my shade. I'm not sure. Alright, so it does look a lot darker. It's pretty much mixed together. There's a little bit of darkness you'll see, but I don't want to make this video take too long. So it looks a little bit better compared to my skin, and compared to what it was. So let's see. Yeah, it's a better match. I mean, this was so pale on me. If I showed you, you'd be like, oh my goodness. Like, I would look so totally white pale. It was ridiculous. And it's still pale, actually, on me. Like, compared to my skin. So what I've realized with this, because I've tried all these products out, I don't like to review things based on first impressions, because there's some products that I like right away and some products that I hate right away. And then if I hated them, I might like them, a week later when I try them out, like, seriously again. And so I like to test these products over time. So I know I'm going to look extra white, which I will darken that up. It's not a big deal. I'd rather go lighter than darker with my foundation. And I'm sorry, this has about a medium coverage to me. I don't feel like it can become like a totally full coverage unless you prep underneath first, like I did today. So wow, I look like a vampire right now. But I mean, it looks full coverage on camera, but if you were here in person, you'd see what I mean. And if you have it, then you know what I mean. I did conceal around my eyebrows already because I didn't want to have to do all that on camera. Like I said, I didn't want to make the video too long. Look at that. Wow. And I added in a good amount of the drops. Like, you can see there, like, that even looks darker than what it looks like on my face. But this does oxidize, too. That's another thing. I've learned that this oxidizes pretty quickly. About a minute, and the color will turn a little bit more yellow toned. And the shade I got in this was the number 420. It doesn't have an actual name. Oh, True Beige. So yeah, that's True Beige, and it looks like white as a ghost. I'm gonna blend it, hopefully. Now it does look full coverage on me right now, like I said, but that's because I had already done spot concealing before, which by spot concealing I mean concealed almost my whole face with a pot concealer. I used the Time Bomb by The Balm. This one right here. I use that on my face a lot because this stuff's amazing. I love it. And it's not talked about a lot, but it's really good. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use my regular bronzer I use. for contouring by Wet n Wild, and I'm going to throw a little bit of color in my face because I really need it in order to go on. And plus, I'd rather do my cream contouring before I do my concealer so I don't do any creasing. So I'm going to go through this really fast. Alright guys, so I blended all that in. It gave me a little bit more color. I also opened my windows over here to give a little bit more natural light so you can actually see the color. Like it does almost, like it's still a little bit lighter than my skin color here, but I can also warm that up with some powder bronzer. So anyway, I'm going to move on to my next new product, which is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. And I bought this in the shade Fawn, I think. Medium Peach. I'm sorry, that's what it is. Medium Peach. So I figured I would get a medium because I didn't want it to be too light, because I made that mistake with like the Revlon Candid where I got the concealer way too light. So this is supposed to be, like, everybody's ranted and raved about this being full coverage and everything. I feel like it can be built to fuller coverage, and I really do like this concealer, but I think that you can also sheer it out to be a lighter coverage. So it also still looks drastically light for my skin. It's weird because how light the foundation is. This really did just make my foundation look 10 times darker. So I'm going to put it where I always put my concealer. Here. You can see I'm using a pretty hefty amount. I'm going to blend that out real fast. But as you can see, it blends out very easily. It's very quick. But like I said, it's not really full coverage to me. I mean, Tarte Shape Tape is definitely the most full coverage concealer I've ever used, but it's also not my favorite. Now this one, they say it's creaseless. It does crease a little bit on you if you don't set it pretty quick. But it's not anything that's too bad. Like, this is a better one for not creasing compared to a lot of other ones I've used. Like, I even feel like, again, Tarte Shape Tape, because that's like the biggest comparing concealer, like that kind of like revolutionized. You get what I mean? It made concealer concealer. Like, it's what everybody compares everything to. And that's why I always compare things to it. Now, it's not my favorite concealer, the Tarte one, because I feel like it dries out underneath my eyes. Now, this one does also dry out under my eyes a little bit, but nothing too crazy to where I would say I dislike it. Is it my favorite concealer in the world? Probably not, but it's close to. So I hope that gives you a good understanding of the concealer, especially if you have mature skin like me. Then you'll like this concealer just like I do. I do like it. I feel like it's a good concealer. It's one of the better ones that have came out lately. And it's cheap. It's like $5, so you can't really beat $5 for a concealer. Especially when the Tarte one's like 30. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like paying that much for a concealer. I'd much rather pay $5 and get the coverage I want. And I used a lot. You can see I used a lot, but I prefer sometimes, especially right now, because my eyes are all poofy and everything going on. My eyes have been kind of, you know, discolored and swollen and everything else. So there we go. Now, I will not set this with the Coty Airspun because I feel like that dries it out even more. So I will set this with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I feel like that's the best combination powder. And if you're looking for a high-end powder to set it with, I would set it with the Laura Mercier Translucent. Or if you like the glow one, then use the glow one. But I prefer to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder to set it. I'm going to set that real quick. This is nothing new. I'm not baking. It may look like it, but I'm going to dust away that powder in a second. I'm just trying to make sure I have a full coating. Because I did realize with this concealer, when you're setting it, if you do not have a full coating on your sponge of the powder, it'll kind of like make some spots lighter, some spots darker. Now, it doesn't happen to me with all concealers, but this one it does. So, just a heads up. I hope you understand what I mean by that. I mean, it's not a deal breaker. It's still fine. I just gotta make sure I coat it good. So if I'm in a rush, I can't use this. But I'm all set. I used all that. It's great. I don't have a new bronzer, so I'm just gonna go ahead off camera and use my bronzer, and I'll be back to show you my new blush. I'm all bronzed up now, so I was a little close. Now, I did win this in Pamela Ebert's giveaway. And this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Eye and Cheek Palette. So I'm going to be using this for my eyes and for my cheeks today. So obviously this is the blush. I'll be using that as my blush today. Sorry to make my camera all dark. So I'm just going to try to tap it on where I prefer to have the blush at. Like I said before 100 times, I don't have like a conventional way of putting on blush. I kind of just tap it up and then I'll blend it out from there just so I get a little bit of pigment. I don't like a lot of blush, so I get the pigment where I want it and then I'll spread it out and blend it in. Alright, so there's all my blush. I still look really pale, I'm sorry guys. I don't know why I look so pale on camera as opposed to in person. I did open my windows. I mean, you can see I have some color, but I still look like very pale. Maybe once I get my eyes done, it'll be different. So anyway, for my eyes, I'm going to be using this palette. I'm going to start off with the color Design here. Then I'm going to use the, I'm going to start off with the shade Design, which is the top one here. I'm going to move into the blush as a transition shade, and then probably add a little bit of dark one just to deepen up the crease, but it's not a tutorial, so I'm just going across real fast. I just wanted to let you know. And these colors have a lot of pigment. I've used these a few times already. If you need a quick eye look, this is definitely a go-to for me for that. Because there's not a lot of option in it, but you get a good look every time. So, I mean, it's definitely good for packing, for on the go. Like when I went for my sister's services, you know, because my sister passed away, I brought this for my eyes. I mean, I brought more than this, but this is what I ended up using, was this palette. And it was just so easy and quick, especially because I didn't know how well it was going to stay, which I'll tell you what, that concealer with the Fit Me powder stayed all day. And, you know, it's a funeral, so everybody's crying and everything, and it stayed. Like, it didn't run down my face. It didn't separate, and that's a good thing to know. Like, if you're going to something where, you know, a wedding where it's happy or something that's sad, that concealer will stay all day. It held up all night. I washed it off last night after I got back home because it was 2 hours to get to my mom's house. Because the funeral was right by her house. So I stayed at my mom's house for the night before. And then we went to the funeral the next day, and then I, you know, a 2 hour drive home. So, I mean, that's what it looks like so far. I'm just going to use more of a exact brush for this real quick to add a little bit of darker brown. This is a shimmer brown right here, which I'll show you is on my finger. I mean, it's like satiny, not shimmer. But it reminds me of the Butter Bronzer by Physician Formula. Like, it has that same texture to it, which is where it's not really, like, it doesn't look shimmery on your eyes when you put it on as a eyeshadow, but it kind of has like a more satiny finish to it. So, I mean, that should help you out a little bit. Everybody pretty much knows what Physician Formula Butter Bronzer is and how it looks and how it feels, and that seems like the same formula. Which I don't know if this is going to weird you guys out, but I figured I'd say it anyway. Like, I got my sister right here. Like, this is one of the little urn necklaces my mom had gotten. And, you know, it's something that I'm constantly thinking about right now. So, I don't normally wear jewelry on here, so when you see it, that's what it is. Alright. So, that's pretty much what I did for my eye look. And I'll just take a regular shimmer shade from anything. Maybe a loose pigment, and throw it on my eyelid. It's a very quick eye look, and it worked out well, so, you know, it's a plus. It's a quick and easy eye look you can do with that palette. You just need, like, if you like shimmer shades on your eyes to go with it, then I would suggest just carrying a, like a Stila Glitter and Glow, or maybe another small palette like this one here, just so you can use one of the shades like that, just to put on your eyelid, if you prefer shimmer shades too. That's all. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry. A little confused today. I don't know why I can't talk right, but I guess I can't say it's today. I'm always like this. So yeah, just something like that is real quick and easy. The palette worked out well for me. No complaints. I didn't have any problems with anything fading. Everything stayed on all night. So I mean, I put the makeup on 8:30 in the morning, and I'm using all the products now that I used yesterday for her services, and it all held up perfectly. Like, nothing was out of place. So I do have a new eyeliner and a new mascara, but the eyeliner, I don't feel like it's dark enough for me. It's the Trestique brown liner, and I prefer to have a darker color in my waterline most of the time. So I'm just going to use my regular eyeliner for this real fast. And then I'll throw a little shadow underneath my eye. Ooh, felt like a chunk just came off of it. Alright, so there's the eyeliner. Now for my lower lash line shadow, I just took the dark brown color right here and then faded it with the pink. And it came out nice. It was nothing like crazy special, but it's a quick look, and it literally took me maybe 10 minutes to do. So not even. I mean, the whole thing together probably took me about 10 minutes. So, alright, so my next new product is going to be this Tarteist Lash Paint Mascara. I don't like using it by itself because I don't feel like it does enough. Like, it kind of just clumps up my lashes. And that's not quite the look I go for when I do my mascara. Like, I like to lengthen and thicken my lashes. I'm not so much worried about curling them because I do have a mascara that curls my lashes very well. So I just mix a combination of this with that mascara, which is the Wonder Unlashed mascara. So I'll use this, and then I'll use that, and then I'm good. But this by itself is not quite the way I like it. Plus the bristles on this brush are like very crazy pointy. Like, try to get close and show you. Like, that's a prickly brush. It just really is. It's not quite what I like. It's very hard and plastic, and it literally hurts if you get too close to your eye. So I don't really care for this too much, but I figured I'd show you this. I do like a little bit of what it does to my lashes because it does volumize. So if you're looking for a volumizing mascara and you don't mind the plastic prickly wand on it, then you'll like this mascara. But if you're looking for length and to curl your lashes, it's not going to happen with this. I really don't even care to use it on my lower lash line. I'm just doing it for the video because I got myself really good with this and it really hurt. So heads up on that. And also, just to let you know, I've used all these products for the past 5 days, and my opinion on them is going by the 5 days. So, just a heads up on that too. The thing I like about this mascara, the Wonder Unlashed, is that it will give me length, and it definitely curls my lashes for me, but it doesn't give me the darkest color. Like, I like a mascara to give me nice dark lashes. And this one really doesn't do too much for me for that. But it will lengthen and it will curl your lashes. So that's why I like using this with my Soap and Glory. But I figure I use the Tarte one because it's a new product I have. So, is that it for new products? I did forget to use one product, but it wasn't really that big of a deal because it's not quite a new product. It's the Maybelline Master Prime, the hydrating primer. I do like this, but lately I haven't been using primer, and I think that my makeup comes out so much better without primer, so I'm trying to stick to this no primer thing for a little while, and then, you know, if I have a problem with it, I'll let you know. But I can tell you this, when I don't use primer, my pores are less clogged, and I have less pimples, unless I'm not taking care of my skin like I didn't because of the situation. Like, I mean, I took care of my skin, I washed it, but I wasn't lotioning like I normally do, and my face is used to so many oils, so that's why I say I didn't take care of it the way I should have, and that's why I broke out. Alright, so I did get new lipsticks. I'm trying to think of which one I can use for this. I'm going to use my Revlon Color Stay Lip Liner. This is not new, it's just what I have on hand, and I'm going to grab one of my new lipsticks to show you. One of the newer lipsticks I have, which isn't really new, but it's new to me, is the Tarteist glossy lip paint, and it's just a little sample size. It came with the blush, the cheek and eye palette right here. So I'm going to use that. Oh, and then mascara also came with it. But it's nice and shiny. There's not a lot of pigment to it, and it's not really sticky. It feels sticky at first because, you know, it's goop going on your lips, but it kind of dries down a little bit without drying out or drying your lips, and it gives a glossy finish. And it's just a nude pink, so oh, I think that's it. These are all the products I've used. I can go across really fast, and I can tell you is I do like this. I want to get it in a different shade because I mean, it takes forever to warm up this color and make it dark enough for my skin. But I'm going to attempt to. I don't like taking products back unless I have to. But I'm going to try to see if I can use it one more time and see like the right combination for darkening. And if I can, I'll keep it. If not, I'll go buy a new shade. So I do like this. I do like the foundation. The concealer has amazing, amazing staying power. It's medium coverage. You can build it to a fuller coverage, but it's not Shape Tape. So if you're expecting Shape Tape, that's not what's going to happen. But this does stay better than any concealer I've ever used. So that says a lot because I've used a lot of concealers. I have a whole stack of them. The mascara, not quite my favorite thing. Like I said, it hurts. It's very prickly. It's not my favorite. This palette is an amazing little travel palette. It doesn't take up any room at all, basically. I mean, it's very thin, and you know, I mean, you can see the size there. It looks big, you know, because it's covering my head, but it's really not. Like, I mean, that's it up against my hand. So, I mean, if you have a little bag to pack makeup in, this is perfect for travel. You got your blush, you got your eyeshadow, to go. No problems at all. Very easy. I would just bring a shimmer shade if you like an individual shadow, if you want shimmer on your lid. So, I mean, this is great. I did not put on a highlighter because I did not have a new one, so I'll get to that after the video. The Tarte lip paint, the glossy lip paint, I really like it. It's something if you want to throw it on real fast, also great for traveling. So I'm thinking, guys, what else did I use that was new? I think that was it. The foundation, the concealer. Yeah. So anyway, that's all the new products I used. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, it's a lot more upbeat than the last one. So, that's it basically for my new products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And I hope to see you in my next. Bye.